Are y'all ready to get this started?
Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Let's get it. Here we go.
Sit your ass down and get ready for the next episode of the Urban Green Room. The Urban Green Room. With your hosts, my girl A.A. and that dude D. Lewis.
Hey, everyone. It's your girl A.A.
What's up, world? It's your man, D. Lewis.
And welcome to another episode of the Urban Green Room podcast. Tonight, we have two of our favorite guests. Like, what can I say? Both family and friends to the podcast. I'm going to start with my girl because I am so happy because Dean Seasoning has finally launched. And it be all over my popcorn every day.
That shit is delicious.
It's fire. So we're gonna put Dean Seasoning in the description.
Motherfucking licious.
So shameless plug. Dean Seasoning. We got my girl.
That was awful.
Trish.
Trish is the worst. Trish is the worst. That was awful. That was so nasty. That was real nasty.
Do it one more time, Trish. Do it one more time.
That's real nasty.
Girl, the moment.
And then
What you got, Walt?
Then we got the one and only brother from another mother, Water Sliz J is in the house. So welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. What's going on, y'all? Miss Trish, Melodious.
Deuces.
Where you?
So
What? I ain't got no
We
shameless
not
plug.
doing
he ain't
that.
got no shameless plug. He just shameless.
I am the plug. Straight up ragged. Here's my plug.
I'm just joking. No, but on the real serious. Do we start serious or do we just where do we start?
Let's get the serious out the way. I do want to talk about the serious before we get into the fuckery. I think it's kind of hard to do it the other way around. So yeah, let's start with George Floyd trial. How y'all feeling about it? Y'all been watching? Just share y'all thoughts about what's been going on. I personally have not watched it. I can't watch it. I have been keeping up with it through the news. I see other clips and stuff about the trial, but I have not turned it on the television to watch it. And I think it's subconsciously because if I don't watch it, then I'll probably be a little less pissed. You know what I'm saying? If the verdict comes back and this dude is acquitted. I think it's just something different by watching it and hearing all of the evidence that is just glaringly impossible not to see that this dude committed murder in some degree. You know what I'm saying? There's just, in my mind, no way you can come back with an acquittal, but we've seen it. We've seen it time and time and time again, and I get extremely pissed off. So I chose not to watch this one because I just don't want to see it happen. I just don't want to see it happen. How y'all feel about it?
I agree with you 100% on. We kind of, I think as Black people, we automatically set ourselves up, to take the brunt because we kind of already think that we're not going to win or that it's not going to come out in our favor. But out of everything, I've been watching on and off, but out of everything, the best thing that could have been said was by the chief of police, which is a Black man. And he broke that blue wall of silence by saying that Derrick Chauvin indeed used excessive force. So at this point, if he's not convicted, well, something, if he's not convicted, there's a problem, but that's not my only hang up. Like you're saying, okay, if he doesn't get convicted, because they'll convict like certain people, but then they'll give them 3 years. like the woman who walked into the white woman who walked in on the black guy in his apartment. The little time, and then the black judge gives her a Bible. Like, seriously, if it would have been the other way around, and George Floyd would have killed Derrick Chauvin, I mean, it would have been life in prison. So why isn't it that this man isn't looking at life in prison for committing murder in front of a group of people? So that's my view on that part.
Well, I want to speak to that for a second. Yeah, it's all in the charges. It's all in the way they charge the officers. You know what I mean? It's on the first degree murder charge, then yeah, he will be looking at life in prison. But just the situation and circumstances, it would be extremely difficult to prove that it was premeditated. You know what I mean? That's what first degree means. So, you know, the lesser charges, he can still get, you know, a ton of time, which he should get a ton of time. But yeah, I get exactly what you're saying too. Other way around, it wouldn't be anything to really prove. They would already know he guilty in their minds, and that's it. Sup, Sliz?
Yeah.
Didn't that motherfucker get bail? Chauvin? Didn't he get bail?
Yeah.
And what in what world do we live in where you murder a motherfucker or even like attempted murder and you get a bail?
We've seen it.
We know how this movie ended.
That's true.
We know how it's ending. And like I've been watching every minute of the shit, honestly. And when I miss it, I'm about to put it on as soon as we get done with this right now. But yeah, you know how this gonna end. That dude he's walking. And I was optimistic at first, but then like reality struck, and it's like, these white people in America, and they're gonna do what white people do. All he need is one. That's all it takes, is for one person to stand there and be like, nah, and then he walks. So that's where I'm at with it. We know how this gonna end, and it ain't gonna stop until.
So
what?
I
What do you
mean,
think?
we're hoping right now that this is the one that kind of catapults things in a different direction. You know, as far as, you know, accountability being held, you know, for these cats who are doing this. But, you know, like I say, I think all Black America is skeptical. You know, what about you, AA?
So first of all, I don't believe in the justice system. I just don't, because it's not designed for us to ever win, no matter what side of the aisle we're sitting on. It's not designed for us to win. Do I hope that Chauvin goes to jail? I certainly do, because there's enough evidence that says that he's a murderer and he should go. Do I believe that he's going to, like, the judgment is going to fit the crime? No, because in my mind, the only thing that's going to justify what happens is an eye for an eye. Like, I need a Black man to kneel on his neck for 9 minutes. And if he comes out of it alive, then it wasn't murder to me. Do you see what I mean? It was an accident. But there is no way that type of aggressive behavior is an accident, wasn't intentional. He didn't realize what he was doing, nor did he care. Nor was he willing to listen to any of his peers. And I'm not talking about the police officers. I'm talking about the paramedics that showed up, all the other assistants that was there that was telling him enough was enough. He chose to make an example of him and flex his power, which is something that we see way too often with police officers, is the flexing of power, that authority, that false sense of security that they have, which continues to be granted to them because of this code of silence, because they wear a fucking badge. until that silence is broken, which kudos to the, you know, whoever the captain was, and he got up there and said his piece. But you almost got to feel like it's orchestrated at this point. Do you see what I mean? Like, would he have done it if the pressure wasn't necessarily there? And I do believe there's pressure coming down on him from the Black community. Do I believe that under any other circumstance, he would have gone against the status quo had there not been pressure put upon him from Black leaders, from Black Lives Matters, from people, you know, who have a stronger hold on the situation than him? I honestly cannot say that he would have come forward and said what he said. No, it's too much because he's got to go back to that office, and he's got to still have the same amount of trust from them officers that report to him. And him going against the code means that he has a form of protection that's higher than that fucking badge. That's how I see it.
That nigga is dead. Dead man Walt.
Yes, he is. And I understand what you're saying. And I just want to make sure, let me make sure that I'm hearing you correctly when you say that him going against, who do you feel like he was going against or he was going with? Was it Black Lives Matter or he did? Who do you feel like orchestrated him to come out and say it?
No, the pressure from everyone, the whole Black community. So we're talking politicians, we're talking about organizations, we're talking about demanding that he, as a Black man, an authoritative Black man, actually show up and say what exactly happened. Because we've seen it before.
Had Black men, right, but we've had Black men in those positions and they didn't. Look at, I don't even want to say his name.
Yes.
When it came
down
to
in Louisville.
Yes. He didn't step up. He stood right with the leader of the Klan and decided he was going to go against us. So I think it was honorable what he did because he did commit suicide.
I do think it's honorable. I do.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if the pressure wasn't there and this wasn't such a high profile case, would he be on the stand in the same capacity saying the same thing?
I think so.
I get what y'all saying. I think where I sit with this, as far as that guy goes, is, you know, yeah, it's nice that, you know, he went to trial and he said his piece and he spoke his truth. I do think his truth could have been spoken a long time before now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's great you went up on the stand during this trial that you already know the chances of this cat getting convicted is slim. You know what I'm saying? The time to really speak out should have been right after it happened. You know what I'm saying? Stand with the people right after it happened. If this is how you feel, you seen this shit. Like, you seen it. Trial was not the first time you saw it. You should have said some shit then. You know what I'm saying?
You want to? Okay, I'm just gonna play devil's advocate because I really, really like him, and the reason that I like him is, okay, let's say for instance he would have did what you wanted him to do, Daryl, and he would have spoke out right after it happened. Do you honestly think that would have called him to the stand? He wouldn't have been on that stand to say that, and for him to be on that stand and say that, it hurt them so much. And the chief of police sitting on that stand saying that, if he would have came out and he would have been, okay, I'm standing with that, he was completely wrong. You think they're going to call him on that? No, they're not going to bring it up at all. And they're going to try to block anything. Okay, that was before the trial. That's tricky. Because it's on record, that's something that got to sit with them. And everybody that's on that, that's on the jury now has to deal with that. Whereas some people may not have seen it on the news because there was a lot going on during that time. But everybody seen him make that statement then. And he
That's a great point, Trish.
He stood up at the perfect time. Because,
that is a great point.
I gotta say nothing.
No, it really is. Because I was kind of teetering when saying, and I thought about that, as far as, you know, trial rules and everything. And if he could say it, if he spoke, that's a great point. You're right. Because they probably would have blocked his testimony.
And the other thing that I hate about any trial where we're the victim is, how dare you fucking bring up my past from 20 years ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 months ago, 12 hours ago. It still doesn't justify the fact that you killed me, that you committed murder against me. I hate how they play us in the media, how they dig up past whatever behaviors, situations. I don't give a fuck about somebody's rap sheet, what they did in 1986. I fucking don't. Because if you go looking for my history and you dig up some shit that happened in 1988, fuck you. Because the person that was in 1988 is probably not the person that you just killed. Like, I've changed. I've evolved.
Yeah.
I probably was not the same person doing the same behaviors. I don't care about how amount of drugs was in his system. I don't give a fuck. I do know 2 things. You committed murder, and that man is dead. In 1986, 1977, 24, none of that shit has anything to do with what happened when you killed him. None of it.
And
I agree.
Speaking of things that don't have nothing to do with nothing, you know none of this really matters, right? Because that dude's gonna walk, and it's gonna be another.
I hope he does.
I hope he don't too.
I'm devil's advocate tonight. I'm hoping
you're gonna be devil's lover tomorrow, because that nigga walking, he gone.
This is the thing. The reason why I'm hoping, because like Soy already said, the justice system is not for us. It's not structured for us on either side. I understand all that. But I'm trying to give the Black folks that are on the jury the opportunity to stand up and say, no, we'll be a hung jury and he's just going to be out here. They're going to have to do it again. Instead of just giving in all the time. Okay, well, that's a compromise. Why is it that? Because see, I don't necessarily look at, I look at the jury, because the jury is the one who will say who's guilty and not guilty. I get it, what they bring with the charges or whatever, but give them guilty. Like, and then we'll look at the judge like, so you just gonna give her a year, 3 years, whatever. Like, but they don't even get that, because the jury will say not guilty. And it's like, no, like what exactly didn't you see? So I'm not even looking at nothing else, but I'm praying for the Black people. I don't do brown. Black people that are on the jury that, that can possibly say, okay. No.
What's your beat? Oh, okay. So I know D said he ain't watched it.
But I'm saying George Floyd was Black. So I'm saying, like, I'm hoping that the Black people who have children, that hit him when they said mommy, when he called for his mother and his mother's already deceased. As a Black person, we know how our mothers, anything that our mothers say, that should have triggered something in them, that this man stood on this man's neck and he took that and sent him to be with his mother. That wasn't supposed to happen. I don't care if he was on drugs. I don't care if it's $20. So you saying that this man's life wasn't even worth $20. He never made it to jail. You became the judge, the jury, and everything. You didn't even let them see what. At the end, the dude said, I just ain't never seen. What you say, so he ain't never seen that type of $20 before, because you young. So you don't even, the 20 wasn't counted. So basically, you pushing it, and every time they say it's resistance, how about y'all talk to somebody before y'all put handcuffs on them? Maybe they resisting because they didn't know that they did anything wrong. They feeling like, what you doing? I ain't supposed to be handcuffed. I ain't supposed to be in the back of your car. I know how this goes. We as Black people, that's why we have those conversations with our kids. Hey, just be quiet when you get around the police. I just had the situation with my son. Don't talk back, don't say nothing, because I need you to come home. But but we still want to tell our piece like we didn't do nothing. Like that's something that needs to be restructured from the beginning to the end. Like, how are you just gonna come out there and say, okay, you in handcuffs, let's go. And then because you don't get in the car, you put a knee. What was the purpose of the handcuffs then? Like, that's another subject. The whole restraint and how is it 4 officers can't put him in the car, but 3 of them can put their knee on him in 3 different places, and another one hold back the vicious crowd.
You making a whole lot of sense, Trish. You're making a whole lot of sense, but there's a whole lot of sense that's been made in all of these motherfucking cases, that have come about. We can look at it and we know exactly what it is because we've experienced it our entire existence.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the way things are set up. You know what I mean? The system, as AA said, just is not set to go in our favor amongst anything. And how can it be? We weren't even fucking included in the founding principles of this country. You know, when the judicial system was fucking made, you know, it was, it has been a tool to mass incarcerate us to produce free labor. You know, it's just a continuum of slavery and profit now, even more profit since they privatized shit. But anyway, I'm going into whole other subjects. But yeah, that's why I didn't watch it. I just didn't watch it. I can't watch it. And it pains me.
I'm not watching it.
It pains me.
Oh, damn. I got stuff to tell y'all.
I'm working the 9 to 5. So I cannot be angry at the white folks all damn day. Like, I'm already stressed. I can't be upset at the white folks that I have to, because my job depends on me having conversations with them.
Let me end this,
I cannot be the angry black woman that they assume that nigga I'm already at.
That nigga so ready to get in.
Listen.
No.
Listen.
Put me in, coach.
They checked the nigga's pulse. They checked his pulse. One of the officers checked for George Floyd's pulse. I didn't know this. Yeah. With the body cam on, and dude was like, I can't find the pulse. And he knelt on his neck for another 3.5 fucking minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You better start watching that trial. Watch that motherfucker.
I was coming back from Chicago today.
Because
I watched it, but
the minute I watched the trial,
they don't got TVs in Chicago, nigga. Huh?
Not in the car, nigga, when you're driving.
So
did you see me roll my eyes?
And I'm gonna tell you why. My back was hurting yesterday, and I had talked to 10, 15 white people in a row. Right, I'm doing what I do, closing deals. Daryl said, "You all right?" And I said, why? He was like, because you on one today. You done ripped 10 of them 15 white people an ass whooping. He was like, and you did it in a very nice, polite way. But you was a little like, you was hard. You was angry. I said, shit, my back hurt. So we're talking about my back hurting. I'm still breathing. Let me watch some shit like that. And one of my brothers and hear eyewitness testimony on how they killed them. I can't have conversations like that. I can't.
Yeah.
Shit, I almost flipped out in Costco today because me and the youngest in Costco, they narrowed the aisle where I was going. So you really can only get one cart through. So I said, because I thought they were turning. So I brake so they can fucking turn, because the wife looked like she distracted and she want to go down there and get whatever toiletries and shit. And I said, are you turning or are you coming straight? And he said, we're waiting for you to get out of the way because we're going that way. So listen. I was like,
that's why I go to Sam.
Wait a minute. And Amir said, talk like that to my mother again, and I'm going to bust your ass.
Nephew, I was waiting.
I said, thank you, Mir.
He
was like, I can't stand white people. And he said it loud and proud. And I looked at him and I was like, all right. And I said, sir, we didn't need your extra commentary. Like, I'm trying to figure out where the fuck you going so I can get where I'm going. I was being nice to your ass. I said, but I'm going to let him beat your buff ass if you talk to me like that again. And then we kept it going. And then the wife was like, oh, we're so sorry. Amir was like, I hate white people. And this is in Costco. And I was like, well, damn, Amir, tell us how you really feel. And he was like, because they have the always have the audacity to be aggressive with us and not expect us to have a comeback, a clap back, a slap back, or nothing. He was like, I'm sick of this shit.
Why do you think that is? Yeah.
So
we still
listen. I can't go to Costco's knowing what they did to my brother. Cause I be done punched the person who cashed me out.
You can't go nowhere now.
I can't go nowhere. We live in a predominantly white neighborhood. I have insurance. I will fuck your car up if you don't stop for me because you're white. Do you see what I mean? Like, oh, you just gonna dart out there while let me speed up some. Somebody gotta pay.
Keep her in the house. She just gotta. Basically, she's telling you she needs to stay in the house because she can't go to Costco. She can't drive around the corner.
Snuck out. I didn't know she was gone. She snuck out. She did. Shit. Man, listen.
So, and this is me not watching something. This is just me hearing and watching the news clips. Imagine if I watched it. I fuck somebody's banking all up.
Okay. So, we done went round on that one.
So that's what's going on.
So I agree with you. I don't feel like you should watch it. Stay away from Costco, Walgreens, Walmart. And
we went to Walmart too. That's a whole nother. The man in front of us had a T-shirt on that said, "If you don't respect my Second Amendment rights, then fuck you." So me and the youngest was like, "Fuck you," and so he turned around.
They can ride. They can go out together.
That's what I'm hearing.
He's a hype man.
What y'all mad about that for? Y'all some gun-toting motherfuckers?
No. Let me get to it.
Oh, okay.
And so, because we both said it at the same time. Fuck you. Because it had Black Lives Matter crossed out. And so Amir was like, oh yeah, it's about to get heated. So he turned around. And Amir was like, yeah, we was looking at your shirt. He was like, fuck you. So the dude turned back around. And then his wife was like, it's just a T-shirt. And I was like, if I wanted to talk to somebody shaped like a refrigerator, I would have asked you to open your fucking mouth. How about that? Turn your goofy ass around. So, and Amir was like, is this what it's like going with you places? I was like, he started it because he knew the reaction he would get from one of us by wearing that T-shirt. Did we have to say it out loud?
And
no,
going to
we
Walmart.
didn't. I said, but we're in Walmart and we do as people in Walmart do. And, you know, if he wasn't being so fucking nosy, he wouldn't have heard us say, fuck you. And turned around like, who the fuck you talking to? We talking to you, motherfucker, with the T-shirt on. Because my life matters. And if that means you think that your Second Amendment is in jeopardy because I value my life and my son's life and people who look like me life, then fuck you. I got the right to say that to you. The same way that you got the right to wear that T-shirt, I got the right to say what the fuck I want in Walmart. So what I learned today is that Amir is my hype man. And 2, he down for all the smoke. And 3, we probably should not be together that often.
At all.
Right.
At all.
That shit is getting regulated tonight.
Yes,
no
it should.
See, I always thought it was the oldest. I was worried about the oldest. I got worried about the youngest in me in the car.
It's always the
These
little
niggas
brother.
can't go nowhere.
Yeah,
they can't even go to Myers.
He's a grown man, dog. Ain't nobody get hurt. He a grown ass man. He did what he supposed to have did.
Yo, facts.
I'm
Yeah,
glad he
he
stood up.
did.
I'm glad that he stood up for you.
He did.
And even when the dude was like, "Don't I know you?" Like it was a black dude, and Amir was like, "I don't think so." I was like, I don't think so, sir." He was like, "You ain't my ex-wife friend?" I was like, "Nah, I'm positive. I don't know you, your ex-wife, or your buddy over there. Keep it stepping." And Amir was like, "Keep walking."
Wait, it was a black man who tried to say that he knew y'all after the whole.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to stand in and say nothing when. Okay.
No, and he didn't want to say nothing when the white man was about to jump. And Amir was like,
but he wanted to try to act like he knew. Don't go ahead on.
I was like, you don't want none of this smoke over here. This young
We,
folk.
we off topic.
I know.
Let's get back on topic, man. Let's fuck that. Let's get back on topic, man.
Where we going there?
God damn.
Anyway.
Sometimes you gotta let them breathe. I'll let you breathe, baby.
Hey, you just learned a lot about your household. You learned a lot about your household and where they don't need to go and who don't need to be there. You needed that.
No, I knew that shit already. They always want to smoke. All right. So that's what's going on with us and George Floyd then. Okay.
In other news.
So do y'all hold up before y'all leave. So who all thinks that he's gonna get off? And who has hope?
I
think he's gonna get off?
I got hope.
I have hope.
I got hope, but I don't think they're gonna convict.
You see where my hand at, Trish? I got hope.
That much though?
I got
like
this
2%.
much hope.
2% hope.
This much hope. This the hand. This is my hope.
I seen the hand and then it went away. So I was like, you ain't got that much hope. No, you think they're gonna write him a ticket? That looks like a ticket hope.
No, they not even gonna get that nigga no ticket. They gonna give him a parade.
But I pray that he goes down. I do pray that he goes down.
Well, yeah. I do too, because if it don't happen now, it won't ever happen.
Yeah. I don't know what it would take for.
That's just where I'm at with it. So
y'all do know what it'll take. You know exactly what it'll take.
Well, yeah, of course. That's another discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see everybody got silent. Just
Yeah, that's what it's gonna take.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've said that before on the pod. That's what it's gonna take. All right.
So in other news, wait a minute. Because I can't do this. I can't do the other news.
Oh, come on.
My helmet.
Come on, don't put that on.
Without my helmet of salvation.
What the fuck?
That's why she got cheated on.
Listen. It's been called many things, but I never called it a helmet of salvation. So can we talk about this fuckery? Can we talk about Derrick Jaxn and the wife?
Yes, please, and thank you. Yes.
Which one you want to talk about first, him or her? Or we just gonna get into both of them?
Can we get into both of them? Because the helmet of salvation keeps showing up in her videos. I need to talk about this.
The picture without her helmet of salvation. Like
that's why he stepped out on her. That's why. You don't how you gonna get on the motherfucking internet with that goddamn thing on your head and expect not to be cheated on? I'd have cheated on the hoe too.
Which probably not a hoe. That's why he was cheating with everybody. Everybody else that he cheated with, they got regular pictures. Yeah. Because she looked like if that's her helmet of salvation, something else may be her Garden of Eden. She ain't giving that. It's like, we want to continue to be fruitful and multiply, don't we? No. So I don't see her as doing anything. Like, I saw the picture where she was dressed like Al Sharpton. She had her bonnet on. And she had on a dress. She had a bonnet on. Like, she never... I mean, my thing is, and I've said this before. You see all that blue suit on with that white shirt. She had a vest on and she took her selfie and she had a bonnet on. Like, I can say this. I think that when you get pictures or when women send pictures to men, they kind of want to be sexy, not have a bonnet of salvation and a Al Sharpton suit on.
What blacked out?
Oh. Nothing. Maybe it was me. Yeah.
This nigga.
Maybe it was fucking me, man.
Trish, finish what you were saying.
The bitch was looking like Al Sharpton.
Did you see the picture? She had on a damn blue vest, and it was like tweed. It was ugly. And she had on a white shirt, and then she had on slacks, and she had on that bonnet. Now let's be very clear. If my husband cheated on me, we decide we're going to do a podcast, a podcast. I don't know what I just said, but a podcast.
What you just do?
I'm gonna be the coldest, the baddest. God damn it! They're gonna be like, how he cheat on her? Do you see? I will be flawless. I would have called in all the makeup artists from Real Housewives of Atlanta. God damn it! The Love and Marriage Huntsville. My hair would have been cold. You hear me? I mean, a baby hair to death. Not no bonnet. Not no bonnet.
You would have put salvation
it looked like she got one of his shirts on. No. There would have been no salvation. And then she was trying to talk like she was so super, but can't nobody get past what you're saying. You got a bonnet on and one of his shirts. Like, you're not
in
even
the
cute.
death grip.
You didn't give nothing.
The death grip of love. The way he was holding your hand was a death grip of love.
Y'all ain't shit.
No, I really was like, blink twice or 3 times. I know more is cold. So if you do SOS, I know that you need help.
Did you just you know what that?
Did she really just do that?
With the SOS. Yes, she did it.
You on one tonight.
Listen.
Yeah.
Definitely that.
You on one tonight.
Like,
She needs the wine.
no. She needed help. Okay. So, first of all, I'm gonna say this. I watched Derrick Jaxn. Because some of the information I found valid. I was just like, there's truth in what he was saying. And I still believe there's truth in what he was saying because he's actually telling and has been telling women, don't fuck with dudes that are like me. He's telling you firsthand experience. This is why you shouldn't date somebody like this. Or this is why, if a man cheats on you, you do need to leave. Because he's been living that lie. He's the guy that he's telling y'all to run away from. It don't get no better than that. He the prime example of do as I say, not as I do. So the information he gave to me was valid. It came, I believe, from an honest place. It's a very sincere place. That hasn't changed my viewpoint on him. What I'm disgusted at is that the same person who said the woman who keeps herself up, the woman, a woman wants to be treated a certain way. He allowed his wife to come on the internet and have millions of people look at her sideways.
How could he stop it?
How could he stop
he could
it?
have. He's a millionaire.
He
He
could
could
have. Yes, he
He
could
could
have.
have, because he knew when he was on. Baby, I set you up an appointment. You got to be there at 3:00. They're gonna do your hair, your nails, everything. I got somebody coming over here with a bunch of outfits. Choose the one that you like the best. Bring it by me, and I'll let you know if that's gonna compliment me as we sit on this couch. They should even practice how they was gonna hold hands. He practiced everything else when he get in his car.
Maybe that's what he did, and she put on that Al Sharpton suit.
And this is where you go wrong at, because see, he should have did it by himself. And then he should have had her walk behind and say, baby, you got something to say? Like she was just in the house, like, because he's always from his car. I want to say this though. I think Derrick Jaxn, now I'm going to be honest, he fine. So he got my attention when I first saw him. I was like, that chocolate. He fine. Now, I stopped listening to Derrick Jaxn because he tells women what they want to hear. It doesn't matter. Like, no matter what the subject is, he's going to always side on the woman's side because there's money in hopeless romantics. Mm-hmm. So he's become a millionaire off of diddling with women's hearts. And yeah, like you say, he was trying to tell you exactly what he's not. But dude, come on now. Like, you married, got kids, you got your own, you got a whole nother condo over here where you telling women you ain't with your wife no more, but then you got another woman who you just slept in the bed with your wife's bed and stuff like that. Like, dude, like, no, like, you realize where the money is, where the money resides. Where the money resides.
So
he found
I got
out
a
where
question.
it was.
Go ahead.
I got a question now. Based on that logic, what you just said, Trish, who's to blame? Who's wrong?
He's wrong.
Because am I wrong for going where the money at?
No.
I don't have to believe a word that come out of my fucking mouth. But if I'm on it like that and I want to make a large sum of money and I just don't care and I ain't got no morals or no scruples like most business people in today's world do, then if I can fool 50,000 people on my bullshit, is it my fault?
No.
Like, who is these people that they putting all this trust in this cat? You know what I mean? Like, who are these people?
You know the answer to that.
Romantic. It's women.
It's women who want to believe in love, like Trish said. There's women who want to believe that their feelings are validated, that there are some good men out there, which there are, and that if they know exactly what to do or how men think, then they'll be better equipped to, when they find this person, to be able to deal with that type of a man.
If I could go back in time, I swear I'd do it all differently. I love you, Tracy.
From the author that brought you the groundbreaking series, The 716, author A.A. Lewis is back with The Last Letter.
It ain't nothing different than what the other idiot is doing on the opposite end.
But that's what I'm saying.
Samuel.
But
yeah,
we'll get
women
there.
are looking for answers. Women are looking for answers, and I don't care if it's a meme that they put up. Whenever they're going through something, you're going to be able to find someone who's going to align themselves exactly with the way that you feel,
right.
So to make you feel okay. I mean, right now you have the internet, but think of back in the day. Females will go to 5 or 6 friends until they got to the right friend who said exactly what it is that they said that they want to hear. Now you have this nice looking black man sitting in his car giving you advice, speaking very well and saying, you know what, you don't need to accept this. There's somebody else out there. And it's like, okay, so it's somebody like you. And then imagine those women who he actually connected with. So then they're like, oh, he's the perfect dude. And he's speaking this way. Dude ain't perfect. He over here man. I mean, it just is what it is. He put himself out there one way.
I just feel like a dead giveaway to his whole hustle was the fact that he was always in the car. And that was the first thing that I said. I said, so what the fuck is he doing? Where is he going? He always in the car giving advice. And I was just like, why is it never from an office?
It could be the audio, yo. The audio, you know?
Says the sound engineer.
That's why I'm saying it.
Let me tell you something that I know. Two things that men do when they sit in their car.
Where you at with this, Liz?
And they be on the phone with the other women. And they in their car. If you sit in their car too long, they look at that window. Come on in, bring it in. He was sitting there. He had too many. At some point, that's like, okay, we were sitting in our car. Oh, okay, I'll be quiet because I'm just saying.
No, I'm just laughing. I'm laughing at you.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna go ahead and knock on that window. Bring it in. You can talk from in here. If you can't talk inside this house, you don't need to talk outside this house. He do too many videos, and she was never in none of his pictures.
What kind of shit is you on? If you can't talk in the house.
I said what I said. Did you hear me?
You said what you said. I heard you loud and clear, but god damn.
So how long are you supposed to sit out in your car and talk on the phone?
As long as I fucking want to. I'm grown. You said the nigga a millionaire, right?
Not.
Like, is he or ain't he? Well, it don't matter because I'm not one either.
The thing that he just signed. This is just a show about the Derricks.
He's sitting in the car working.
And Derrick Jaxn, he working. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it don't matter. Like, I mean, fuck you mean? I'm gonna sit in this motherfucker till I feel like coming out.
So you
But
saying
that
he
ain't-
can't sit in the house and work?
He was working on new pussy. No.
Come on in the room.
Listen.
Come on in the room. Come on, Soy.
You can't have them type of conversations when you leading a lie talking about I'm leaving my wife, but they always hear in the background. Or always got to play like this conversation is with me and one of my dudes. Yeah, we're not doing
she
that.
Never walked up there and knocked on that window.
He is doing that.
Listen,
I mean, he doing it.
She had the helmet on.
Living color.
So this is good around the house, but now I ain't going outside like this.
Listen, yo.
You should have went and knocked on that window. What the fuck are you doing out in the car again?
The problem I got with the nigga is that, you know what, because we done seen this before. This ain't new. We done seen this before, right? All you got to do is walk into any motherfucking church around. Yeah. Wherever you at. We done seen this kind of shit before, right? We done seen the hypocrisy. We done seen motherfuckers stand on pulpits and spit their shit and do the opposite of exactly what they telling everybody else to do. The problem that I really have with him is the fact that he ain't taking care of his business, his seeds. He's got a 20-year-old daughter that
No, that's Kevin.
Oh, that's the other dude.
See, we want from Derrick.
Oh, well, shit, that's everybody else's fault that's fucking with that. Yeah, I'm waiting on Kevin then. Like,
you think it's everybody else's fault that's
the problem is, why do we think because somebody got a fucking microphone or somebody's got a camera in front of them that they always honest and truthful, and we put them on fucking pedestals. You know what I mean? Because we think we like what they saying, but we ain't checking up on shit. You know what I mean? This nigga had bitches everywhere. You know? It wasn't that hard to figure out. You know what I'm saying? So you got thousands of people out there that's just willing to be led blindly into anything. That's the problem I have with this shit. And then once the shit hits the fan, now you want to crucify this cat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he don't deserve to be crucified. I'm not saying he do. I'm just giving just the scenario of what I see. And what I see is you got a bunch of motherfuckers that willingly allowed themselves to be duped by this cat because they liked his sweet tone and his talk, and he was talking their language. And now he's the scum of the earth because they find out something different. Yo, Trish, you said women want the perfect man. There is no perfect man. Stop looking for this nigga. He don't exist. Yo, you need to realize that, women out there that are looking for companionship. Nigga, you stupid.
Exhibit A, no perfect man.
Listen, exactly.
I got a question though. I have a question for something that you just
Exhibit
said.
A. Yo, like there is no perfect nigga out there.
But
so stop looking for this dude.
The women were willing to be duped. So do you think they stepped into a situation to be duped by him?
Are we talking about the women he cheated with or the women that follow?
All of them.
I'm saying all of them.
Okay, I want to hear why, because he kind of told them that he wasn't with his wife. They were separated and he was taking him.
How many niggas have said that throughout history, Trish?
I'm not with my wife.
How many niggas come on now.
Hold on. He took them, hold on. Let me give you a little bit, because he took them to a completely different, to his condo where he was over there, and there were no pictures of his wife. It was just him, and he was there all the time. So do you think that if he said, one, he said he wasn't married. The other one, they separated, they get a divorce, whatever it is that he said, do you think that they stepped in it thinking he was lying, or they just didn't care? Or
let me tell you something, Trish.
Fantasy, like, I want to be with him. I want to be with.
Let me tell you something. I know this for a fact. Women are the best motherfucking detectives on the planet. First off, and I don't know a woman out there. I don't know a woman out there that take whatever a nigga say at face value until they find out for sure. So your shit you just said don't know. Yeah, she allowed herself to be duped. Because I can guarantee you, if the nigga wasn't rich, if he wasn't famous, she would have been checking up on that nigga to make sure he was the truth. That's what women do.
She probably did check up on him. And she
so that's why I'm saying like, all of them at fault. That's what I'm saying. They're all at fault because you're taking it for face value because this dude is in front of his camera. He's got all these followers and he's got a bunch of money. That's their fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the average woman is going to investigate some shit. I know this. They going to invest the fucking gate. I want to see what this nigga really doing.
I need receipt.
Right.
For sure. That shit better add up.
Look, why I can't call you at 10:30? What's with 10:30? Why I can't call you after 8:30, 9 o'clock?
Why every Wednesday I go to voicemail?
That's Bible study. You know that girl with that savior, the salvation armor or whatever it is on her head. She had Bible study. You can't call. We gotta go do Bible study, praying over the kids.
Y'all terrible.
She a Bible study and her nigga at the juke joint. Shit, you better choose one.
She should have hit somebody at the juke joint.
Just saying.
If she wasn't talking to the pastor or getting prayer visuals with the pastor.
But I don't, so I don't want to get too much into their marriage because I don't know. So I can't speak on their relationship. But I can speak on.
You can speak on that bonnet.
I can speak on that bonnet.
And that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know about their marriage. On the bonnet,
because I hate them motherfuckers. I've thrown plenty of them out in my lifetime. I have. I've thrown them motherfuckers straight in the trash.
Look for that fucking bonnet. And I'd be like, you seen the bonnet? I swear I put it in here like this morning when I took it off. And he would sit there bold-faced and lie and be like, I ain't seen it. This nigga would throw out bonnets. So I started buying them like in a pack of 3.
She buy them shits by the bulk now. I used to get bulk candy and shit. From the grocery store. Buy the shit. She buy the shit in bulk.
No, you need to stop doing that shit, man. Stop doing that shit.
Because
stop doing it.
I don't even wear the bonnet anymore. I still got some left over unopened, and if anybody need any, but
burn them motherfuckers. Burn them.
Just saying. It's been called a lot of things. It ain't never been a bonnet of salvation. Let me just tell you.
Get rid of them things.
So that's my take on him, man. I think, it's their fault. It's their fault. Well, sure, he a clown.
No, sure, you know who's a clown? You know who's a clown? And I got a feeling one of us is gonna be clowning with this fool. Just got in a little ass car, just clowning with him.
Hold on,
Kevin Samuel.
I wanted to get Sliz's take on what was this? What's the other dude name we was just talking about?
Derrick.
Yeah, what's your take on the situation, Sliz? I don't think we heard from you.
He did. He said he could speak on the bonnet.
Well, yeah, I did say that, but I mean, he probably shouldn't. See, motherfuckers be getting married, and that's where they fucking up. If you want to be a playboy, then go ahead and be a playboy and do that shit. But just stop with all this marriage crap and live your life. That's where a lot of us fuck up. As dudes, it's okay to go ahead and play the field and live your life the way you want to live it. But yeah, like I don't have no take on the dude. I mean, he a fucking dude. And that's what we do. We get pussy. So I ain't never gonna be mad at no dude for fucking, but just go ahead and hold on.
That's what we do. The dog chased the cat.
My bad, and fucking Hell's Angel rolled by. But yeah, just go ahead and smash. That's what you want to do. And
the dog chased the cat.
The dog chased the cat, man. That's what it is. You can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that, but you can be mad at him, for violating those vows or whatever, if you so choose to. I don't. I was guilty of that shit.
I'm upset at the nigga for letting this girl come out there with that fucking bonnet on.
You cannot stop that. You cannot stop that. She saw the computer set up. You saw the computer set up or whatever he got, the fucking camera and microphone, whatever the fuck he got. She saw that shit and she sat down next to the nigga. What he supposed to do? What he supposed you can't do nothing.
That ain't happen. It ain't happen like that. It ain't happen like that.
It did happen like that.
It did happen like that. Bonnet. If I wear this bonnet and I choose to be in the public eye, I'm fucking pissed and I don't give a fuck. How about that? So that told me, I don't care what she call it. Shit. I don't care what the bonnet's called. When you show up like that, knowing, like Trish said, knowing that now you gotta flex and you choose not to flex, like this here my man. Who man is it? This here my man. I can't. There's no way the bonnet of salvation says this here is my man. The bonnet of salvation say, I fucking give up. This nigga's a rat. He's a liar. I don't give a two fucks anymore. Not that I had any more fucks to give. But guess what? I'm here. He asked me to sit on this couch. I'm being held hostage. SOS. This nigga's got a tight grip on my hand. That's why I can't move. And we rehearsed this shit. I was on a Zoom call for work that I didn't have to show the video. And this nigga dragged me from my desk or from I don't know, she dressed up all the time. So maybe she was in the middle of doing a one-act play. I don't know. But whatever the case is, she didn't give two fucks to get herself together because she's given up. She's embarrassed. I'm not fighting for someone who just now realized he should fight for me.
They divorced.
How about that?
Mm-hmm. This shit just happened.
Because he was telling the other women that she wants them.
So I'm imagining the answer to your question, Sliz, is no.
Did she put in the paperwork to get the paperwork to get divorced? Did she file?
They're working together. They're working on their marriage.
They're working on their marriage now.
I just saw one of them videos from like 2 days ago, and she had on that fucking bonnet. Yeah. So she, what the fuck,
but
then?
Now she kind of got to own this look.
Like, what the fuck, then? If you are working on your goddamn marriage, then take off the fucking bonnet, bitch. Take it off.
But hold on. Take it off. So you can have but no.
Take it off.
So you saying maybe he liked the bonnet because he ain't telling her to take it off.
Stop,
no
Trish.
Man likes the fucking bonnet, Trish. Shut up. We're not even doing that. No. There's no motherfucker on this planet that likes the motherfucking bonnet.
Okay, but hold on. So you think that a man saying, hold up, now, you don't think that a man would see his wife with that bonnet on all the time, wouldn't say, take it off?
He probably has.
But you think that he don't have no say-so with her?
I don't think he has.
Can I hold on? You can't ask the question, then answer the motherfucker too. Like, they don't do that nowhere. I'm gonna answer your question with a question.
That's not answering the question here.
Okay. We tell women all the time, it's cold outside. Why don't you grab a fucking jacket or something? You motherfuckers don't grab no jacket. You motherfuckers don't grab no jacket. You go outside and your motherfucking halter tops and Prada blouses, and then half hour later, oh, I need your coat. Oh, let me take off your sweater. And we done told y'all asses to put on the goddamn jacket. But you won't do it. If that dude, I can't say for sure because I'm not in the house. But if he's anything like me or Daryl, we done already told you motherfuckers, stop doing that shit. D said he's thrown out who knows countless bonnets. And then there's one in the house right fucking now. Y'all motherfuckers don't listen. He's told her a number of times, take that shit off. I'll bet you $100 to a bucket of shit, and I want my bucket full. He's told her to take that goddamn bonnet off. And that's why and maybe that's why. Like, listen, I begged Tammy, I begged her, don't cut your hair. Don't cut your hair. This chick is 5'10", long ass neck. but she had hair coming down the back, but she wanted it to grow even. Don't cut that shit. She cut that shit off, had it all faded in the back and shit. It looked nice on anybody else. I was looked at her and I was beginning of the end. That was the beginning of the end. You motherfuckers don't listen.
I got a question. What her height got to do with her hair?
Huh?
You said she was 5'10" and she cut her hair.
Yeah, she was like a Pez dispenser, all long and big ass hair bobbling around. Like, where's the hair?
What?
Beg her not
I'm
to
so
do
sorry. I'm so sorry.
What? Beg her not to do that shit.
Tam, I love you, baby.
I love her too, but goddamn, I told your ass.
Shout out to Tam.
Don't listen. You don't listen.
Shout out
You
to
don't
Tam.
listen. That bonnet, like y'all motherfuckers know. Fuck this nigga. Is this comfortable? Fuck this nigga. That old ass house coat all matted up and got the lint balls all on it. Man, get rid of that shit.
Right.
Get rid of that shit. Come on. Get rid of it.
But that's the way we feel about holes in y'all boxes, but they be comfortable. Like
You know what y'all do? You know what y'all do? You go buy us more.
I don't wear drawers.
So he should have bought the people to come in there and do her makeup and her hair.
Huh?
Why
So
would you buy all this shit? He should have bought some people to come up in there and do her hair.
We buy y'all shit. We buy y'all shit. Get out of here with that
bullshit. Why
bullshit.
buy no makeup artist? I'm not saying that. Why you need to buy a makeup artist?
Sliz say he don't wear drawers. No, he don't. He been saying that for years. Sliz ain't wore a pair of drawers since 86.
He said since the 90s. Did they change or something? Did you don't want to wear whitey tighties? You was done with them? And you was like, I ain't wearing no boxer briefs.
I mean, I don't fucking like them. But that's neither here nor there. Like, if I used to wear, like, Michigan was my squad. So, they got that navy blue with the maize, the gold and shit. And a chick looked at me and said, why you always wearing these dark-ass clothes? You look butt-ass naked. You ain't never seen me in a navy blue fucking shirt since. I took that shit in and I fucking listened. Like, most of Tupac said, I mean, it's real shit, though. Tupac said, we get our game from women. And the nigga was telling the truth. Like, y'all tell us stuff. What I'm assuming, because I know I do. I'll speak for myself. Women tell me stuff all the time. I'll be walking around, have my head down. Hold your head up high. So, I poke my chest out now. That's part of who I am. I take little pieces and tidbits that different women have told me, and you got the man in front of you today. But that's not because of anything that I did. It's because, well, the one thing I did was listen to them. You listen to women, and then you get women. But women know everything. You can't tell them shit. Can't tell y'all shit. Take the fucking bonnet off.
Women are crazy because I don't know about telling you about the Navy with the. So now you don't wear Navy no more.
I mean, no, I don't. I fucking don't. Because if I want to wear something Michigan, I'll wear the yellow. I'll wear the yellow with the blue.
That would look good on your complexion.
So the bottom line is she should have listened.
So
Get rid of that shit,
please. This is the issue with the bonnet that you guys have.
Navy.
What you say about the bonnet?
Okay, so she said, what's the issue with the bonnet that you all have? The issue with
the bonnet. The issue with the bonnet is that she's using it or wearing it as part of an accessory, an everyday accessory. Yeah. Let's be clear, ladies. And outside, let's be clear. This is to go to bed in. This is to wrap your head in. Like, no, I don't. Me personally, I'm not going outside with this on. It's not on my head past 7 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's for. It's to get cheated on. Don't wrap your hair. Don't do that shit, man. Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
First of all, Walt, I don't wear it. I don't wear it anymore. What I'm simply saying is to protect your hair at night.
This nigga stupid.
If we've already fucked, let's get this straight. If we've already fucked, the bonnet was never on. If we've already fucked, the bonnet was never on. The bonnet is coming on after we fucked because you fucked up my hair. So I gotta save and rescue whatever is left over. So if
you better
you
get a
can't
silk
stand to
handkerchief or
look
something.
at this bonnet, fuck you, nigga. If you can't stand to look at this bonnet, when you closing your eyes, because I wore that ass out.
That's a clip.
I don't want that shit.
Shame on you. Shame on you. You shouldn't be with somebody.
Okay.
I ain't with nobody. But in her defense, she ain't wearing no bonnet. What? No.
You need to listen to Soy.
Okay.
Not that part.
So
you listen to the crazy people, but you don't listen to Soy. You listen to the chick to tell you not to wear the navy, but she's sitting over here trying to tell you about the bonnet and how it preserves the hair for the next day when you need to go to breakfast. Because
we're not listening to that shit, Trish.
There's nothing else on planet Earth.
We're not listening to that bullshit no more. We can talk about the bonnet of salvation and how it needs to be burned.
Yes.
By all women. We talked about this nigga shenanigans and hey, you know.
Can we get on to the other asshole?
Let's get to the other one.
Kevin Samuel.
What he do wrong?
I want you to lead this, Liz. Lead us off.
Go ahead, because I think he found another follower. Go ahead.
No. The dude is hilarious, yo. But
he is.
He's fucking hilarious. But he ain't said nothing wrong. Not from what I seen. He ain't said nothing wrong. Nothing. Now, motherfuckers don't want to hear that shit. Obesity and all that stuff. I mean, but the dude is right. The smaller the woman, the bigger the ring. At least that's what we see on TV. Now, if you like BBW, so be it. But if you want a certain type of person in your life, then you gotta present yourself a certain way. That's just real life shit. That's real life shit. I don't see what the problem is. Honestly, I don't. I don't see what the problem is. I don't, man. That nigga's funny. And he's right. He's right.
So let me which one did you see? Which one you talking about?
I watched the one about obesity. That was 2.5 hours of that shit. I did all that when I was at work. So I watched 2.5 hours of this dude talking about, you know, big girls and how they always complaining about the BMI, the body mass index or whatever, and how those are white people standards. And which is true, that's a white person standard. But if you 5'4" and you weigh 220, then you can't expect to get fucking Drake or whoever women are going berserk about, because Michael B.
Jordan, like BBW.
Yeah, he's not gonna do that. It makes sense. You can't be mad at that. Is he an asshole? Maybe, but the nigga ain't lying. So yeah, that type shit. He said something about high value men, and he said it starts with money. Is that wrong? No. Like we learned that in watching Scarface. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the woman. Like that's the shit that makes sense. If you want a hood rat, then you could walk around in Pelly and that type shit. But if you want a high class woman, then you put on your Christian Dior and do that type shit. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. You got to switch up your demeanor to attract what it is that you want. It works. Men do it all the time. I would live in a cardboard box if I could get laid in one. Make sense? I don't give a fuck.
My nigga.
Would you?
I don't give a fuck.
Take that? No.
So the cardboard box took me out. The cardboard box. He was good until he got to the cardboard box. Everything else he said, like, I agree. I feel like Kevin Samuels, I think that he tells the truth. I don't feel like that. I won't go as far as to say, you know, if you're a BBW, I think you have to find the person who likes you. I mean, as far as the BMI is concerned, it is catered to white women. Everybody is not shaped the same. I per se am smaller in the top than I am on my bottom. My bottom is wider. So I don't carry all my weight up top. So you can't say that, okay, this is detrimental to you for this or for that. But I feel like you have to find somebody who likes that. There are men who will look at me and be like, no, I like my women with a big chest. I'm not in that arena. That's not me. Then you have men who say, okay, I like a big woman, just, with the big arm. That's not my arena. I already know what my arenas are. And I feel like that's the same thing. But if you call somebody like Kevin Samuel and you tell him that you are the one woman who said she was a 5, everything that you get from him, you're calling his show. You're saying you're below standard. You need to give your own self at least a 7 or above. You gave yourself a 5. So everything that he say to you, you deserve that. Everything he say to you, you take that. And like you say, you listen to women. She should have listened to him, and she should have been quiet. She should have been quiet at that point. Because if you go to the doctor, he tell you that you got something wrong with you. You listen to him, you go get the medicine, and you try to fix yourself. She should have listened to him and tried to fix herself and just accept whatever it is that he gave her, because it didn't make sense to me. I feel like between him and Derrick Jaxn, I personally like him because it's not like he sugarcoats anything. Derrick Jaxn ain't never gonna say nothing wrong to women. Whereas Kevin Samuels, at least he gonna say something that kind of stirs the pot, but it be truthful, because old girl, she was about a 3. He said, with all that makeup on, yeah, which is true. So
yeah.
I don't know. You don't co-sign cardboard box. You don't co-sign on me cardboard box.
My issue with him is his delivery. Is there some truth to what he says? The same way that there's some truth to what Derrick Jaxn says. Yes, there's some truth to what he's saying. However, he's classifying all women in this term, high value man. Okay. Is he high value?
No.
What does that mean? What does high value mean, other than, and we never get this, far enough in the discussion with him, that high value is nothing more than a man who makes more than 6 figures and, I don't know, is financially stable. What the hell else is a high value man? Because I'm going to tell you something. Most of the men that I know that are high value, not only are they financially stable, but there's education and intelligence behind them, of which he has no degrees. Third, they are emotionally capable of having a relationship, which apparently I don't think he can, because he's been divorced twice. So what does that say about him? And granted, it looks different on a man than it does on a woman, but nonetheless, he's had 2 failed relationships. They take their responsibilities and are held accountable to a higher standard. I can't necessarily say that about Kevin Samuels, because we all know now he doesn't take care of his child and hasn't paid child support for quite some time, and doesn't have a relationship with his child. Like, the list can go on and on. What I'm saying is he's preaching to this choir, high value men like X, Y, and Z. He's none of those things. He has to show receipts in order for me to believe anything that he's saying about what men are looking for in that bracket, in that tax bracket. Now, I do know for a fact that if you are looking for someone who makes 6 figures, you have to be in a position yourself as a woman to be able to deliver yourself with 6 figures. And what I mean by that is, how am I going to compliment somebody who's making 6 figures and I'm sitting at home and I don't have a job? How am I going to compliment somebody's lifestyle that's accustomed to the finer things in life, if the finer things in life to me is just maybe going to Red Lobster? How am I going to compliment somebody who has all these accolades and achievements, and my biggest reward in life is knowing how to twerk? What I'm saying
that'll get you far.
With an asshole.
What?
That'll only get you so far.
Every
That'll only
time
get you
I be
so far.
halfway there.
Because I can guarantee you, just because you know how to twerk doesn't mean that nigga is going to put a ring on it.
No, that just means you know how to twerk.
He'll fuck you, but he won't take you home to mama. He won't put a ring on it, and he truly won't be committed. That much I can tell you. Facts.
He ain't gonna take you home. He gonna take you to the other little joint he got over in
Motel
Midtown. Right.
So that's my problem that I have with him. The way that he speaks to women. There's a way to deliver it. And Trish, he could be as blunt as he wants. I don't like the way it comes across. And truth be told, the women that call into this show, you deserve everything that you get. How dare you not have enough self-respect and have enough worth in yourself that you put yourself in a position, hold on line, to be degraded in that manner. Shame on you.
Come on.
So
Come on.
That's my problem with him, is that he preys on women in a whole nother way that Derrick Jaxn has yet.
Does he prey on women because they're calling his show? They're asking for his advice. So I feel the same, at least on Derrick's show, Derrick doesn't, no one's calling in. He's just taking news. But these women are purposely contacting him and trying to get him to, I want you to tell me about me. This is what I have going on. I'm this height. I'm this weight. I look like this and I want a 6-figure man. See, I'm not built like that because I'm not calling you to ask about me. And then I already know that you show out. And I basically, don't have anything to say because I called you.
That's just like asking a drug dealer. Like, okay, you know he on crack. Don't do it. Well, shit, this is how I'm gonna make my money. Of course I'm gonna sell the crack to him. Of course he gonna get some ecstasy from me. Whatever the drug is, of course I'm gonna supply it. What he's doing right now is playing on their self-esteem. He is. He knows if he continues to be direct and tell them what they think they're gonna need, or fix your hair, you overweight, you got too many baby daddies, whatever the conversation is, that these women are not worthy of this high value man. If by him telling them that, does he really think he's fixing anything? Because I highly doubt any of these women are gonna walk away and be like, okay, Kevin Samuel said I need to lose another 100 pounds and then I can find a man. Nobody's walking away with that attitude. To me, they're feeling the same way they did when they called the into the show. They tried to prove a point. In their mind, they still did. Or maybe they didn't. Maybe they did hear a truth. I doubt there was motivation behind anything that he said, that they were drawn to action. Like, you see what I mean? I don't feel like anything that he's saying is making a difference in these women's life.
Did you read the comments? You read any of the comments?
I read the comments from the men. I've read the comments from the women.
Well, I don't know how you can say that then.
Most of the men chime in and are in agreement. What I'm saying is, how dare he continue to prey on vulnerable women who already have self-esteem issues. That's me. And they put themselves in that position. And I'm with you, Trish. I'm not fucking calling into Samuel to have him tell me, like, you only a 3. Bitch, you knew you was a 3 when you called in. You knew you was 15 pounds overweight when you called in. Have you ever met a man that was 6 figures?
Oh,
no,
my
you
God.
have not. Want to know why? Because you fucking work at Wendy's. Like, can we get this together? Sisters, can we get it together? That's my point. Stop putting yourself in a position to be taken advantage of by all of these men. I don't care if it's Derrick Jaxn. I don't care if it's Tito Jaxn. Hell, it could be Jesse Jaxn. Stop being put in these types of positions.
Jesse was doing that to little girls too, though. Well, not to little girls, but
exactly.
I'm just saying it's Jaxn. It's something with their name. It's something with their name. I'm just saying.
My God.
Even if that, I don't care if they switch the spelling up.
And Quincy Jackson. I don't give a fuck what your name is. Stop it, women.
Quincy came out and said, well,
they're not gonna stop though. They're not gonna stop. They're not gonna
Listen.
stop. And dudes ain't gonna stop either. Ain't none of us gonna stop. None
What's
of
your
us.
take, D?
Oh my God. I don't know. Look, I've seen some of his shit with you, and I crack the fuck up. I do. I crack the fuck up. One, because he be saying some funny ass shit. And it be truth to some of it, but some of it I think is bullshit too. But it depends on how you think as a person to determine whether what he's talking about is truth or bullshit. Let me explain myself. So the first thing with this nigga is the high value man statement, right? The high value man. A high value man to a woman should be exactly what she makes it, not somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So if you going on everybody else's standards of what they call in high value and all that equals to is money, then you gonna get what you get, right? You gonna get exactly what the fuck you get because your shit ain't right internally. You know what I'm saying? So it's I view that the same as success. People say, oh, you want to be successful, you got to do this and this and that. No, success is whatever the fuck I say it is for me. Like, I can't live my life by your standard of what success is. I'll be fucking miserable my whole life. You see what I'm saying? So
unless you're successful
at what the fuck I want to do. Right?
I ain't said you was wrong. I'm just
and
being
that's
an
it. You know what I mean? So it's like that I have an issue with, that all these women out there are still, they haven't gotten it. They haven't gotten the fact that, you know what, you need to be happy with you first. You got to be happy with you first. If you're not happy with the way you see yourself, then change yourself for you. Don't change yourself to try to gain or attain something that somebody else says is high value. First off, get your own shit together with yourself. Be happy. And if you're happy, 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight, do you, ma. Be happy. Like if your whole point of being happy is to be married to a high value man, whatever the fuck that means, you missing the boat. You're going to be fucking miserable. It's the same thing with women, and they all think about this fucking fairy tale with marriage, and I'm married, where's my Prince Charming? Now, we all know one bitch that got a prince. That's it. Like, all the other millions, they all wanted one. Why? Because they was all told that their whole life as a little girl, I need to get married, and he gonna treat me like I'm a princess, and he gonna be a prince, and it's gonna be this wonderful fucking thing. And then we find out, damn, this shit is work. Where the fuck is where's my prince? Where's my princess? Shit. Nah, see, y'all, they just trying to, you can't change yourself to go please somebody else so they like you. What kind of bullshit is that? Think about what you're saying. Why are you asking this man for this shit? So no, I don't blame Kevin for what he's doing, because he's making bank off this dumb shit. And some of the shit he's saying is truth. Now, don't get me wrong. It ain't all bullshit, but some of it is. But until women learn to value themselves, man, and actually all black folks, we need to learn to start valuing ourselves first. That's it. Be happy with us. It's not about what you have. It's not about what you go get. It's not about who you got on your arm. It's not about how much money you can spend. It's about how fucking satisfied you are with yourself. That's living.
How you satisfied? How you satisfied with yourself with nothing?
Go get something.
Go get
if you're
what?
Unhappy, if you're unhappy having nothing, go get something.
Nobody's happy having nothing.
But are they unhappy having nothing, or are they just unhappy being single?
That's not true. What are you saying? Nothing. What is nothing to you? Because your nothing could be somebody else's heaven.
I'm talking
there's
about
people out there. There's actually people out there that live bare fucking bones, and they are loving it. They ain't got no fucking running water. They ain't got no electricity. They way out in the fucking woods. They go in the hunt for their food. Like, it's people that do that, bro.
Cardboard box.
And they're happy doing that. So you got everybody's. Nothing could be different. Like, the point I'm making is you need to figure out what makes you happy and be that and do that.
And then you'll attract.
And then you'll attract what you want to attract. Mm-hmm. You'll attract what's best for you. Not necessarily what you may want, but you'll attract what's best for you.
You got to be able to have fun with yourself. All that shit
starts with yourself.
Yep.
It all starts with yourself.
Yeah.
I ain't arguing that point. I ain't arguing that at all.
That's the way I see that shit.
Ain't nobody.
This nigga not paying child support for 10 years since his daughter was 10 and she 20. She in college. He ain't doing nothing to help her with that. Ain't got no relation. He a fuck nigga for that. That's it.
Yeah, and I don't even understand
You's a fuck nigga for that. You know, being divorced, whatever, that shit happens. Whatever, man. I don't know what the fuck go on in his relationships. But he's not giving really relationship advice to me. He's not giving relationship advice. You know, so my biggest issue with him is the fuck shit he on about his daughter. You got a girl, a young woman out there in the world that, you know, you not trying to coach and help and lead her in her life for her to be successful, whatever she says that, you know, she wants to do. You're not giving her no guidance or nothing, man. You's a fuck nigga for that as a man. That's your baby girl. Mm-hmm. That's the issue I have with Kevin Samuels. All that other bullshit he talking, whatever. If people accept it, who the fuck am I? You know? But people just need to say, you know what? Fuck, I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying. This is what I want to do. This is what makes me happy. Fuck it. I'm going to do it.
What happened to deadbeats just like going away? How is it that they now have platforms to tell other people how to do things?
That's crazy.
Like,
technology.
You're not taking care of your own.
That's technology now.
Yeah, you tell somebody how to skip. Well, I ain't gonna say tell them how to beat the system and not pay child support. But dude, like, you're not worthy of anybody's platform if you have not had some type of, like, if you ain't gave her no money, you ain't been in her life. You're just nothing.
You're not high value.
Right. You're not high value.
My point exactly.
So you're not high value at all. And then your daughter gonna end up having to call you to ask you, okay, so what about that woman who father just walked out on him and want to give advice to everybody else but couldn't give me no advice at all? Then what he gonna say? Now that would be interesting.
Call him and find out. Call his ass and find out. See what he said.
My daddy was fine. My daddy's deceased, rested. So, and he was the best dad. He was a superhero. So I don't have those issues. But I'm saying his daughter needs to call him. Yeah.
Oh, his daughter needs to. I want to know the answer to that.
I do too. Because
it's a good fucking question.
Let's be real. You have a woman that's here, just like those women that's calling into him that are lost. And I'm not saying she didn't have another man in her life, because I don't know. Her mother could have remarried or something like that. But it's nothing like the father's love.
The love of a father.
Exactly. Thank you, so. And now you out here trying to give advice to random women when you should be over here trying to pour this into your daughter. The woman who you didn't brought, who got your seed, who look like you, who talk like you, she don't even know she had things that just came from you. But you just like, I'm gonna go ahead and
let's hope she don't look like that nigga though.
Does he need to keep
because that's a funny looking dude. He's funny looking.
That nigga hit. Let's hope she don't look like him.
I ain't got nothing to do with that now. No. She in this world now. That's all we can do. I hope she got a makeup artist.
So.
Yeah, because I done seen some shit, man. It's some shit out there in them streets. Nigga.
What you talking, Malone? What you mean?
You can
make. You talking about makeup?
Shit, nigga. I'm gonna have her send you some shit because some of this shit is just.
Always say, be careful what you grab in the club or on the streets, because some of these women, you get them back, they ain't even half the person you thought you saw or took a picture with.
Man, let me tell you, there's some shit out there in
And
them
I ain't
streets.
even saying they ain't women. What I'm saying is,
No, they
yes,
women.
some of these women is and make up the lesson.
They women.
I've seen that, and everybody going to get their teeth done for the Lolo. So now in 5 years, y'all gonna see everything come out when them checks stop.
So that's my Kevin Samuels take.
When the check stop, when the stimulus.
When the stimmy's done.
The stimulus, when everybody hitting licks. So you're going to see, because everybody going to getting their teeth done and everything else, thinking that they got to come up, which they got to do that every 5 years. So you about to see in that makeup, everybody a makeup artist and get their hair done and everything, 5 years. Yeah, the same one you talking about was twerking for you, going to be twerking too. For real, for $5. It ain't going to be $40 no more, just $5.
Oh,
you work $5 work.
$5.
That's some of the best twerk I ever had was $5.
Shut your ass up.
And we can hear you laughing. That's funny. We're gonna sign off.
Thank you for tuning into the Urban Green Room Podcast. Let's keep the conversation going. Hit us up at urbangreenroom.net or on our Facebook or IG page.
I always follow them.
Tell us what you think about today's conversation. If there's a topic you want to discuss, let us know. And by all means, tell a friend. The Urban Green Room Podcast, giving you something to talk about. Until next time, we out.